What if the truth could shatter everything you thought you knew? In this heart-wrenching episode of Emmerdale, Caleb stumbles upon shocking clues that threaten to expose Joe's darkest secret. As the tension rises and emotions run high, will Caleb risk it all to uncover the truth? Don't miss this gripping moment that could change everything forever. Emmerdale exclusive: Caleb Milligan is closing in on Joe Tate's deepest, darkest secret, and it's about to get deadly. Life in Emmerdale is never short of twists, turns, and thunderous showdowns, but next week things take a hair-raising turn when Caleb Milligan starts to unravel a tangled web that could expose Joe Tate's most dangerous secret yet. And let's just say, what starts with suspicion quickly snowballs into a game of cat and mouse where everyone's got something to hide, and nobody's playing fair. You think you know these two men? Think again, because what's about to unfold will make you question everything. Caleb vs. Joe, suspicion, secrets, and a showdown brewing. Joe Tate's return to the village wasn't exactly quiet, and honestly, would you expect anything less? The guy's got baggage the size of Yorkshire itself, and instead of laying low like any normal person with skeletons in his closet, Joe walks right back into the lion's den, determined to win back Dawn. But the moment his eyes land on Caleb and Ruby sneaking around in the woods, yes, those woods, it's like a switch flips. These aren't just afternoon strolls through the trees. They're anxious, secretive, and way too quiet for comfort. And if you remember, those very woods are where John Sugden swore he buried Anthony Fox's body. Coincidence? Caleb and Ruby certainly hope so. Joe, not so much. He should be focusing on Dawn, a show insider tells us, but Joe just can't help himself. He sees something suspicious, and suddenly he's neck-deep in another mystery. Typical Tate. And just like that, what should have been a redemption arc becomes a ticking time bomb. Caleb knows something's off, and he's not letting go. If Joe's got a nose for trouble, Caleb's got a sixth sense for danger, and he's already on high alert. When Ruby's body language starts matching Joe's suspicion, he knows something's brewing. So what do? The classic move: try to kill him with kindness. They invite Joe over for lunch. But Caleb and Ruby aren't hosting a casual Sunday roast. They're staging a charm offensive. Desperate to control the narrative before Joe stirs up a storm, they're hoping a warm meal will keep him quiet. Spoiler, it won't. Because Joe, he's got a secret of his own, a life-threatening one. While they're eyeing him for digging too deep, he's terrified about what they might uncover. You see, Joe recently performed an illegal kidney transplant on his uncle. Not exactly the kind of thing you put on your resume or let slip over dessert. So when Joe accidentally leaves his coat at Caleb's place, it's not just awkward, it's dangerous. Hidden inside is the medication he needs post-surgery, and when Steph returns the coat and catches him trying to hide the pills, Caleb clocks the panic. And from that second on, Caleb's wheels start spinning. He knows Joe's hiding something. But the question is, how dark is it? The factory trap. Caleb sets the stage. Caleb's not the kind of man to sit back and hope answers fall into his lap. No, when he wants the truth, he makes his own rules. So he rips out a light fitting at the factory, yes, really, and calls Noah over to fix it. But this isn't about electrics. It's about intel. And boy, does Noah deliver. Our Emmerdale source spills the tea. Noah's just talking, being polite, probably thinking he's doing a good job. But then he casually mentions something about seeing Joe in a hospital when he was hallucinating after being spiked. Just a throwaway line, right? Not to Caleb. To Caleb, it's everything. His instincts kick in hard. Why was Joe at that hospital? Why does he have those pills? And what kind of operation was he involved in that no one seems to know about? Caleb's seen shady. He's been shady. But something about this feels darker, more dangerous. And he's not backing down until he knows everything. Joe's juggling act: secrets, pills, and pressure. Back on Joe's side of the battlefield, things aren't much calmer. He's sweating bullets, not just because of what Caleb might uncover, but because his illegal transplant is catching up with him. The pills are more than a cover-up, they're life support. He's also trying to win back Dawn, all while dancing on the edge of exposure. Every moment with Caleb feels like walking a tightrope over fire. One slip and everything comes crashing down. He knows Caleb's on to him. He can see it in his eyes, but Joe's a Tate. He doesn't back down either. If Caleb wants a game, he'll give him one, and if it means uncovering whatever Caleb and Ruby are hiding, he's ready to dig deep. But how long before the digging buries them both? Ruby's breaking point: cracks in the foundation. As Caleb intensifies his search, Ruby starts to crack. The woman has nerves of steel, usually, but even she's not immune to the pressure of Joe's probing and Caleb's obsession with the truth. She's terrified that Joe might expose their secret before they uncover his, and her fear is starting to show. She's usually the one who holds everything together, our source says, but now you can see it, she's unraveling. She knows the walls are closing in. And the deeper this twisted triangle goes, the more likely it is that someone's going to snap. The calm before the storm, or just the eye of it? As next week looms, all three players are on edge, and for good reason. Caleb is more determined than ever to find out the truth about Joe. He's got a gut feeling that whatever Joe's hiding is huge, illegal, maybe even fatal. Joe, meanwhile, is slowly connecting the dots about Caleb and Ruby's strange behavior. Whatever they're covering up in those woods, he's getting closer to finding out. Too close, maybe. And then there's the wild card, Dawn, blissfully unaware, for now, that she's the prize in a battle filled with betrayal and secrets so dangerous they could destroy lives. The stakes, life or death. If Caleb learns the truth about the kidney transplant, everything changes. Joe could be looking at prison time or worse. But if Joe uncovers what Caleb and Ruby are hiding, their entire world could crumble too. It's not just a matter of who's lying. It's about who can keep their secret buried the longest, before someone else digs it up. This isn't just drama, it's psychological warfare. And it's only just beginning. Final thoughts. Emmerdale fans, buckle up. What's coming is going to shake the village to its core. With Caleb on a mission, Joe on the brink, and Ruby barely holding it together, someone's going to crack, someone's going to confess, and someone might not make it out of this alive. Keep watching, the storm is coming, and it's going to be explosive.